Fantastic. Hello, everyone. Good to have you here. Paul Training, going to dive into working with type in Illustrator, mainly covering 36 days of type, which is happening right now. We're on G, but you can start with A, which was like last week. Start wherever you want. Whole idea is just to play around and create something that you haven't created before. So welcome, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. And yes, here we are. Here's G. And fantastic. You can see this is what 36 days of type is all about, by the way. It's pinned on the Adobe Illustrator Facebook page, just so you know. I want to welcome you. Afroja, good to have you here. Little bow to you, because you're here with me, and I really appreciate it. And Rulo as well. Sanad, Lars, Walid, Mohammed, Philip, everyone. Thanks so much for watching me. So again, you can go to it's pinned on the Illustrator Facebook page, but basically here's the link. 36 days of type, right? So again, we're actually giving you some 3D type, some different things, but here's the schedule. We're on G. Let's do this. The whole goal is really just to create something new, and don't forget to post it with these 3 hashtags. 36 days of type, 36 days _ G, and Adobe _ Adobe. 36 days _ Adobe. All right, so let's dive into this. Right on, Thomas Banner's in the house. We can get some inspiration, by the way. I just did a search on Instagram, and I saw all these magnificent G's and F's, because F was yesterday. And we can see a number of things that we can do and just get some inspiration from some of them. I like this bold style. This is nice. I do like a little pseudo 3D, some stuff like that. That's kind of fun. Look at that. Congratulations, whoever made this. I got to click on it. JPHG Studio. Oh, only 3 views, and it's awesome. So let's dive into this. Thank you so much for joining me. Susie and Mary. Greetings from London. Hello, greetings from Colorado here today. So let's dive into this. Again, the whole goal is to create something new. So I'm gonna show you how to create type and all that fun stuff. We're going to do Mary G. McCarthy, since G is her middle initial. So what I'll do a lot of times is just kind of go through the properties panel, and you can see right in here, I just have this variable concept font. I'll move that off to the side, but right in here, I can just kind of see what other fonts might look like, right? I can kind of go down the way and maybe get inspired, right? And kind of get some ideas, that sort of thing. 36 days of type isn't about picking a font, but you can kind of see the different ways, all the different ways you can make a G. Look, this is, if you do 36 days of type, if you happen to use Illustrator, even if they're multicolor fonts, you could end up making your own font by the end of it. And that's what this is. Aries. So cool. Faye Brown in the house. Feel free to hit share, like, all the good things. Hit like, hit share. I'm going to do that right now as well. All right. Fantastic. All right, let's do this. Kind of go through these fonts. Yeah, it's all pretty straightforward. I could do an uppercase G or a lowercase G. I can also jump out to Typekit, but I'm going to make my own letters. So that's the whole idea. So Young Wild Free. Ooh, I like your name. You know, maybe we do that. So again, I like this one as well. This is fun, right? So do I riff on one of these? I have so many ideas right now. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to start with a G. A G really, if you boil a G down, it's basically going to be a circle, right? And I'm going to cut it using the scissors, right? So I'm going to cut it right here, maybe cut it right here. Cut it in 2 places. So I'm going to knock out this little chunk, boom, right? And this might be the start of my G. Hit P for the pen tool, click, click, and here's a fundamental G that I could start playing with, right? And again, the whole idea is just to have fun with this. I have a couple different ideas, by the way. I hope this inspires you to make something. I could easily like increase the stroke and have some fun with it, right? And, ooh, is that not connected? Oh, shame on me. Those are not connected. How do we join 2 points? Command J. Or you can go right up here. You could see join. We've joined those 2 points. Why is that not joining? That's so weird. Okay, so P for pin, click. Am I missing it? What is the problem here? Click, click. J. Ah, what is my problem, folks, huh? What is my problem? Here's another way to do it, actually. Let me just kind of bring this back down to where it was. I don't know why it's not joining. I probably definitely did something wrong. Let's go back to our circle. This was our original circle. I only really needed to cut it once. Since I cut it once with the scissors, I can pull out that G. And this actually even looks really cool as well. Do I have that sort of curve with it? It's not a pattern or anything, just so you know. Again, this is just one solid. Oh, what is up? I must have how do I break things? I do break things. Okay. Let's go back. I just need to create one cut right there and grab this point and move it. Okay, there we go. We could adjust the size of this and all that fun stuff. I could do some more fun things with this, right? Here's the start of our G. Moving this over, right? What if I want to get rid of that curvature, right? You could do that a number of ways. I'll usually do the Shift C. That gives me this anchor point tool, and then I can change that to a straight line, and I can bring that in. Because what I'm thinking about doing is doing a couple things. I might lathe this. I might use the blend tool. So I'm going to do that really fast. We have a circle. We have another circle. For these two circles really fast, what do? We want to change their color. So work with me here, people. I'm open to suggestions, but I'm going to select a hot pink, and then let's go with a teal. Okay. For these two shapes, I want to blend them together. So click, click using the blend tool. We get what you expect. I want to do this in the form of the letter. Well, I can select this path, right? And now I can go in here, double clicking, and now I'm inside of that blend, and I'm going to paste it in place of this line. Paste. And then I can get rid of that one. So I've replaced that linear blend with one that I just made. Cool. Yeah, Donna, I don't know what happened. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. But this is really fun. So I have so much flexibility with this now as well. Because for these two colors, right, select this one. I actually really like this color, but I do decide I want to change it. I can just try these different options to see what works out well. Right, I could maybe make this look a little bit more 3D. Watch this. I'm going to actually change this to a gradient. I'll change it to this gold to red gradient, okay? And I'll change this one to a teal to a blue. And let's not worry about how much it's spacing out, because I could always change that. I'm going to double click on the blend tool, and I'll just go into, and I'm going to specify the number of steps. We'll change this to 120. We'll try 200. Smooth, making it smooth, making it smoother the more I add. Of course, this is going to add a lot of size to it, but look at how much depth we get out of it now. Okay, I could even reverse these. Notice how this is coming out. Notice how this one's kind of coming out at you. This point. Well, I can flip that. I can take these two, going into the blend tool, and I can reverse front to back. And then it reverses it. And now this looks like it's going farther away, and this is kind of looks like it's coming closer to you. All right, does that make sense? Waleed, just so you know, you want me to do it again really fast. Again, I'm just gonna maybe turn on some other items that I made, but this is for Waleed right here. It's just a matter of taking two shapes, and anytime you add a blend, what you could do is replace this line right here with anything that you want. So in this case, I'm gonna replace this line by double clicking inside of it, selecting that path. Let's see if I could delete that. Pasting in the G there. Now we have two. Easy to work with, and we're having fun. Let's do some more interesting things. I have these two now. I will cut this, turn off that craziness, paste this back in. Right, couple other things we can do. This is what you need to do, is like the whole idea of taking a letter and reducing it to its most basic form, which is just going to be a circle and a line. And then we can get more creative with it. You know, we can add, what is this, a polygon? Yes, polygon. We can use potentially a polygon. Same kind of idea. Do we take this? It already kind of looks like a G. And then do we riff on that as well? Maybe it's angular like this. But what I want to do is kind of make it look 3D. Okay, so here's my plan. Duplicating this. Dragging that over. And just so you know, that's a different color. But I'm going to subtract the top from the bottom. Okay? And if you have the Properties panel, you can go right over here. Properties panel is the only panel you need. You need to subtract the front from the back. Boom. There you go. That's what you could get. Right from there, I can take this, you know, and do all the jazziness that I want. Reflect it. Do something like this. Quite frankly, I'm just going to have some fun right now. But I'm doing kind of a pseudo, like an isometric 3D. By the way, I could actually do 3D in Illustrator, by the way. So right in here, we'll select this. Boom, boom. Turning it into a G. Actually, no, I think I might need that top line, but we will not worry about it now. I'm going to subtract these bottom points like that over here. So subtract those. And now we're well on our way. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Paul Traney. We're diving into 36 days of type, just so you know. We have that linked pinned if you're joining me on Facebook. And I could paste it in chat for everybody else as well if you're joining me on Periscope. When I paste, do I use a shortcut? I don't use a shortcut when I paste. And by the way, this is not only possible with the latest version of Illustrator. This is possible with, you know, the blend tool. Guess what? The blend tool was in Illustrator 88. The blend tool is in Illustrator 88. So talk about being around a while. Right, so let's have some fun in here now, right? Let's take this. Take these lines, move them up a little. Zoop. Take these lines, move them down a little. Again, I am just playing around now, making a G, this time an isometric version, just to show you kind of the different varieties we can make. Here we go. The big thing, I can turn on a grid, but the big thing is I want to make sure all these lines are parallel. So that's like that. Let's take this. We will flip it. There we are. Send to back, or send it backwards, maybe not all the way to the back. Select this one, send it to the back. Boom. Here's a new G, huh? Do you like this one? Thank you. Sweet. Join, somebody might have, Lead might have said join the points without the stroke. Maybe that was my issue earlier. You started to use Illustrator 87. So that was Illustrator 1.0. So that's amazing, my friend. So again, here's a new G. Do we go with this one, right? Two different versions we made, and the whole goal of 36 days of type is to just experiment, right? What I do from here is experiment with the colors, right? Just have fun. I'll go into edit colors and I'll just recolor this artwork because maybe I'm tired of the gray. Let's make it bright colors like this, or Renaissance. Or do we just play with these colors now? So I'll usually switch it to just another color group and then I'll just kind of tweak it accordingly, right? And notice how I have that black. I'm going to assign this black to a color just by adding it right here, making it new color, just makes it black, but it also gives me that dot over here. So now I can take that, unlink everything, but mainly take that black color and increase the brightness, quite frankly. Hold on. It's this one actually. But you can see how I'm kind of tweaking this color from here. So can we get 3 interesting colors? We'll go green. We'll crank this up a little bit more, right? We don't like that color combo. Lock it down. Maybe adjust it accordingly. In fact, what needs to happen, these two need to be different colors, don't we? If we understand lighting at all, we know we need to get rid of boom, 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 boom. You do have to add your own sound effects. Illustrator does not have that. But right here, I do something kind of like this. Again, just playing around. Let's go purple. We'll make this a really deep purple, maybe even a blue. And then we can have lighter colors. These two need to be the same. And then we have these brighter colors as well. Cool? That is the whole idea. Playing with type, and I don't know, does it even look like a G? Oh, is it Al Rojo? You've never opened up the edit colors? It is so great. It is so great. It's so much fun. It's so awesome. So yeah, I'm so happy I get to introduce it to you. Right, so we start riffing on this one. What do? You duplicate it again, you riff on it some more, right? Because I'm thinking these two need to be spaced out a little further, and that looks a little bit better for my G, for the 36 Days of Type G. I don't know. Okay, Mary McCarthy, for Mary and everyone, Sonia, Al, I'll go ahead and riff on this color, by the way, since you want to see it again with this one selected. I'm going to go to, I typically go this way. It's actually a couple different places. It's actually right up here. So with these objects selected, right up here, anywhere you see this color wheel, it's in a couple different places, but it's also right here. It's called Recolor Artwork, or you can go to Edit and edit colors, and you'll see it right here. I sometimes go this way because this allows me to just kind of tweak the colors accordingly even further. If you want to convert something to grayscale, maybe you just want to go directly to this option. But Recolor Artwork is what you want to pick. You can go to it right here. Once you click and add it, there it is. You can go into edit. You can lock it down. This is great, by the way, Hamza and Mary and Shubham and everyone. Like, if you ever want to, if you have a lot of colors and you think they're like you have 15 colors and they all look kind of the same, you can consolidate all the reds into one red. So this is huge for like print jobs and everything as well. But again, going in here, kind of tweaking this accordingly. Maybe want to go G for green. And then there's that version. All right, we tweaked it accordingly, and then I can adjust further. Like that, like so. Cool, hopefully that makes sense. Where can you find gold Pantone color? That's a good question, I don't know. I would look under the Pantone colors if we go to Window. Let's take a look. Color swatches. I'm just gonna go yeah, swatches, here we are. Open swatch library, and in here you'll have a lot of Pantone colors that you can kind of take a look at if you're looking for something specific. Does it work with brushes? Does the Recolor Artwork work with brushes? It works anytime something has a stroke or a fill, it will work, but it's not going to work on raster images that you've imported. So I have brushes that are vector, and actually let's just try that. Where's my fun stroke? Where's my fun G? Here it is. There's the one we made earlier. Let's take this stroke. Let's go ahead and give it this hand-drawn brush vector pack, as it's known. Okay. And it just kind of depends on how this is built, because it actually will change this. I could take two and overlay one on top of the other. And I'm going to go back into my brushes, and I'm going to change the stroke to something else. Now I kind of have two. Let's shift these colors. Let's make that something else. Technically, there are two colors right there. And I can go into Edit Colors. Since I can change the colors using my stroke and fill, I can change it in here as well. So pretty Straightforward. So yeah, so we'll work on brushes. I was not going to work on brushes if they have an image, right? Because what else do I have in here? Let's take one of these. Here's another. I love brushes, by the way, in Illustrator. Once I have this path, you know, here's selecting that. Here's a brush that's a flower. Let's make that a little smaller. Or maybe a little larger. But I have a number of them in here. And it just depends how the brush is set up is all. But tell me this isn't fun, huh? And this is why I love Illustrator. This is all editable, right? It's fantastic. So if you're going for Christmas, you have it set up. Fantastic. PMS 860s are where the golds are. Thank you, Robert. You were too kind. Helping out a total stranger. That's what makes the world a great place. So yeah. Predrag asks, how much do you use shortcuts when you use Adobe programs? I use them a lot. A little less since I do a lot of tutorials and I want you to be able to see where I click. But it just depends. I try to, but also I'm just a very visual type person. So within the time we've had, within 20 minutes, we've come up with, and there's more I could do. We started with an initial G that's kind of boring, right? I would have done something with this because I love that curve. That would have been my next step. But looks like we have some strong contenders for 36 days of type. Some are more ugly than others. I'm not crazy about this brushstroke one, by the way, but it shows lots of potential. Right, there we go. Super easy to do. I just encourage you to create and have fun. Hopefully you learn something and all that good stuff. No, Karine, is that how I say your name? You rock. Thank you so much. And stay tuned. I'm going to be working on my G in a little bit, and I'm going to post that to Instagram, just so you know. So check it out there. Check out everything that's out there for 36 Days of Type. I just did a search on it. And also look me up. You could see I've been doing some like watercolor type stuff. And we'll post my G later today, as soon as I get it done. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate... what is happening? Boom. I appreciate you. If you don't have any more questions... Oh, shared. Oh. There we go. I'm back. Sorry, my camera resets every now and then. But yes, Mary, you are too kind for reposting. The gold's in the 870s. I would say where the gold is at is right in chat because everybody's being so kind. So, yeah, and feel free to tag me or whatever, or send me whatever you create. Would love to see it. More later this week. I'll be on behance.net/live tomorrow. And going to be making some cool stuff. And if you do, I want to see it. So thanks so much, everybody. I'm going to be respectful of your time. Have a wonderful day. Go give your mom a hug. Go say just go tell somebody they're doing a great job. Even, so they probably need it. Who knows? We all need it some days. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see